On this week's episode, on Look What Chandikar Ashiki Did, I'm going to go in on this gem the director left for me to find online. If you're new here, please go back and watch part 1 and 2 at the end of this to get a clear understanding of how we got to this train wreck. Or if you just want to know what this actual film is about, all the red flags discussed in previous videos led me to do some research on this film because I had to know who made this. Surely this film with this big of a misstep must not be made by someone who's part of the trans community. And sure enough, I stumbled across this article in the Indian Express, quoting the director himself. Here's what he had to say. I chopped it up so we can dive right in. You can also read the full article in the description box.
What happens is, the trailer is of 2 minutes. It has a certain tone. The subject and representation could be misunderstood, and that could be very damaging to the film and to the issue itself.
I had to go back and watch the trailer to get a better understanding of what's being said here. But what caught my attention in this section is Abhishek Kapoor saying damaging to the film first, then to the issue secondarily. Priorities, I guess. I dare say he's giving his game away here by capitalizing on sensationalizing people's lives. Do you think that maybe he wanted people to watch the film blind in case the audience is put off by the huge social issue he's purporting to advocate for? I mean, playing coy with the trailer is not new. Lots of blockbusters have done that in the past. But interesting choice of words to decorate this massacre. Let's make sure people see my pretty picture, made purely for the shock value, like I'm not turning people's lives into a freak show.
Abhishek shared that he feels the responsibility towards the community and added that this is not a film that he made overnight, but rather took several years to come to this draft of the script.
This is how I imagine the several years went. I think I'll make a transgender film. A love story next year.
One nap later.
Yeah, I think I'm going to take that trans story off the shelf. Oh, assistant, Google some trans group and set up a meeting.
2 weeks later.
Yeah.
Abhishek added, people who have not been through it, they have no idea about it. They take their life and their body so much for granted that they think that their mind and their body is one. But it is not. Sometimes you could be a different mind in a different body, so it is a mind-bending thought. Most people cannot even comprehend that gender dysphoria is a huge thing. People who go through it know the kind of pain that they are going through. Right now, this is a phenomenon that all over the world where people are recognizing it, understanding it, and making room to accept them. It is a serious condition that they go through.
Wow. That really is insightful. I wonder if he's trans.
We asked Abhishek Kapoor if there was ever a conversation about casting a transgender person in the lead role, to which he replied in the affirmative. He shared, we went through many avenues and there was a thought about casting a trans person, but I found everyone is so fascinated just by actors. Why is it that everything is legitimized by an actor?
If you can find a trans actor who fits your chemistry casting requirements, just say that. There's nothing to be ashamed of. If you couldn't find a trans actor at all, you can admit that too. If you're too bad or lazy a director to take a trans person and turn them into the actor you need, we'll understand that as well. I bet that one trans person you used for Manvi's research could do a lot to point you in the right direction. Come on, my guy.
Why can't a trans person write the film? Why can't a trans person direct the film? First of all, this fascination is incorrect. Films are not made by actors, they are made by filmmakers and writers. Eventually, there is a representation by an individual actor, but I try to see above this because there is a story to be told.
That's fair. But there's also transgender filmmakers and transgender writers. Or, hear me out. You can empower members of that largely marginalized community by helping them tell their own stories and become trans filmmakers and trans writers, huh?
You have to reach out to people at large by taking the story to them, and I thought this is the best way to take the story there. When you talk to someone, you have to talk to them in their language.
Really? No, but really? What language is that? Because any way I look at it, so far, you're not seeming qualified to be invited to this conversation, let alone speak the language. This reeks of appropriation. Honestly, neither am I. So why don't both of us, cis people, step out of the ring and have some words. Have this row in our own weight class. God's truth.
When asked if any other transgender people were associated with the making of this film, the director shared that he met a lot of transgender people during the writing stage.
The writing process? That's it? Any filmmaker can tell you how far the journey is from research to production. Just because you heard some stories doesn't mean the trans community knighted you to be their champion and go on a crusade that could get them killed. Those poor people probably thought you were doing a survey or documentary of some sort. If you really did meet with them, why not bring them in the rest of the way? Fix the very obvious and damaging plot mistakes you made, or step aside and let them do it. Co-direct?
Being gay is about what you want, who your sexual partner will be, who you want to love, but being trans is about who you are inside. The journey is very difficult, and it is very difficult to explain it to somebody.
How very astute. Touching even. A National Geographic of you. That's them in a nutshell. Somebody tell Sir David Attenborough that he can retire.
I'm not a trans person. I'm not claiming to be the voice of the trans people. They are themselves the only ones who can do that, but I'm just trying to aid a conversation.
There it is. Right there. Cis-splaining fake L.I. mother. If you can do it, I can too. This is also me aiding the conversation.
Abhishek suggests that picking a massively popular song as the film's title was a conscious choice, since this would allow the film to reach a bigger audience. Sharing that it was Ayushmann who suggested the song for the film, Abhishek said, "If you really want to make a film in this country, you have to talk to the masses, and you have to talk to them in their language."
He's digging a bigger grave for himself the more he goes on. This last part is him confirming in a roundabout way that he did this for views and notoriety. The trans community just happens to be the patsy of the moment. Pop song and trending topic equals viral spectacle. I want to be rich, Ayushmann. Anyway, next week's portion is the last little bit of disappointment on the topic, I promise. To catch up on our journey up till now, watch video 1 in this mini series next. Otherwise, like and subscribe for more infinitely less heartbreaking content.